Welcome guys, today, or right now I am reacting to the worst game of 2024 by FLEEKAZOID. FLEEKAZOID, damn. Oh, and if you actually wonder what FLEEKAZOID is, it's actually a quite nice freaking play on, let me give this to you, FLEEKAZOID, Yep, on this guy. It was basically from the Animaniacs, a side character. Pretty funny guy, by the way, so I actually quite enjoyed it. But I realized it just right now reading it, so let's just see what he has to say about it. And I need some laughs, so let's just start.
Welcome back to the 10th anniversary of the Worst Game Award. I'm FLEEKY, and today we're going to bring all your favorite franchises up on stage and execute them right in front of your eyes while all these idiots clap. Yeah. All right, go ahead, bring that first one up here. Fuck you, Fable. Now, before we get into the worst games,
Oh, Fable 1, best franchise ever, or not franchise. Fable 1 was particularly good, it was just fun. Fable 2 was fine, I guess. Fable 3 was okay, but it just got worse over the years.
Pure expect.
Of course, Dustborne, trigger, we can use trigger to increase our attack power. I don't against robots. Oh, the NPCs doing this is the irony in it is just beautiful. Oh.
Dustborne to top this list, you can go ahead and unexpect that right now. I see Dustborne on the same level as Furry, Hitler, or any of the other hundreds of random shovelware that flops on Steam every day. And if you're saying, Fleek, you son of a bitch, there's a big difference between those two, you're right. One of them has a sequel. But I'm getting off track. The point is, as far...
Oh my Furry, look at the sequel. Oh, this is beautiful. This is already beautiful.
As far as I'm concerned, Dustborne did it right. Go kill off your own franchise with your own bullshit over there where no one will ever see it instead of over here on a franchise I like, because that's how we get number 5.
By the way, I fucking agree with him. If you wanna do this, make your own IP, freaking kill it. And now, of course, Dragon Age The Veilguard. Who would have thought this piece of freaking garbage that actually freaking killed off a franchise, or at least damaged it to a very high degree. And for fuck's sake, my dude, this shit just looks fucking hilarious. I cannot believe this.
Dragon Age The Veilguard. They were so focused on making their own self-inserts that they forgot to make a fucking Dragon Age game. It had bland combat, shallow RPG mechanics, and the best part of the story is when it ends. You know it's bad when gamers are more interested in what your fired employees are making. Ain't that right, Todd? Yeah, you short bitch. Number 4, Helldivers 2 from March to September. Now you may be
oh, no, he's correct about it.
Wondering why the hell this game is higher than Veilguard, and that's because they actually released a great game, then ruined it almost immediately. How the hell do you go from being this year's biggest sensation to its biggest disappointment in less than a month? It took me 20-something years to do that. Turns out it's actually pretty easy. First, they banned the game in 177 inferior countries. God bless America, American titties, American guns, and American fireworks. Their words, not mine. And then after they cut the player count by 75%, their only question was, how do we get the other 25? By nerfing just...
Yep, this is so true. Oh, the weapon nerfs disgusted me so much that I stopped actually playing it. At the start, I was a freaking believer, but after those nerfs, I was like, okay, it's done. And now they came back, by the way, with a very, very good update. So it's still breathing, and maybe, potentially, it's still alive to a certain degree, Acolyte. So do not throw it entirely away. But let's just say there are a lot of red flags still coming out. But it's still fun. It's still fun, presumably. From what my colleagues say, that actually, friends, colleagues, as you might, that actually still play it because of the update. So, hey.
About everything players liked, and then justifying those nerfs by saying, give it a chance. No! But it's all water under the bridge now because they unnerfed everything and dropped a fantastic new update. Yeah, 177 countries are still banned, but peace has returned to Helldivers. Motherfucker! Todd, I'm sorry about what I just said before. Get up here. I got a handcrafted trophy for you. Just kidding. It's an empty box. Fuck off my stage. Go back to your booster seat. Number 3. How can we forget about this year's biggest loser, the quadruple XL flop overweight watch? Concord, did you not just hear what I said? I said die where no one else will see it. When you spend 400 million fucking dollars, now I gotta see it. Despite everyone attributing the failure of Concord to the oversaturated market of hero shooters, it actually came at the perfect time to penetrate the market. Fellas, somehow after 8 years of development hell, they managed to perfectly line up their release date to be exactly when Overwatch fell off and left a wide open door for any decent hero shooter to take their spot. Now, unfortunately for Concord, that door was not wide enough for DAW, so Marvel Rivals slipped in there instead. Here's the slow and wide. I don't need to play as characters that deadlift 400 pounds every time they get up from a chair because one's more than enough. Other than making Overwatch worse by putting its gameplay on DAW's diet and budget cutting the roster, the only unique value out of Concord was that they were gonna add weekly cinematics. Sony, not again. Come over here. Listen, we already have 15 seasons of Man vs. Food. We didn't need to see DAW go for another 20. You finally made a game that didn't have 30-minute walk and talk alongs and it won Game of the Year. Look at that, buddy. Todd wasn't even up there. No, it wasn't because he couldn't reach it, you know, because of his short height and all. Anyways, what I'm saying is take a hint. Please just surrender. I'm sorry, I meant Ubisoft. Where you at? Number 2.
By the way, Concord, such a flop. I actually found it quite beautiful. It was a really, really nicely timed, extremely good flop. I just enjoyed that one. This was just perfect timing for this stuff. And Marvel Rivals, as I hear, it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna try it. And by the way, Marvel Rivals isn't even an American company doing this. It's a Chinese one. That's my theory, is that that's the way. That's why it's actually good. Because the Western freaking modern audience didn't have their grubby hands on it.
Ubisoft, please just surrender to Tencent already. After all those times you Frenchies surrendered, now's when you start putting up a fight? But all kidding aside, Tencent's just a new flavor of shit, pimps. But Ubisoft, you've been fucking up for years. You kind of brought this on yourself. You've ruined half your IPs, the other half you've forgotten about. And because of your NFT game, I just discovered you got Rayman somewhere doing coke off a cowgirl's ass. Listen, I'll wish list that and research that later. It's not the point. The point is, they're at number 2 because Ubisoft made so much dog shit this year, I had to lump it into one worst game so they didn't take over the entire goddamn list. This year's been a mag dump of blanks for them. They started 2024 by launching their quadruple A mobile game that cost them $200 million to make, which started as a Black Flag DLC, by the way, so I guess they spent 11 years and $200 million making that game worse. Then they launched the Call of Duty killer X Defiant, which was killed by Call of Duty. Star Wars Outlaws was so boring, not even the people who bought it played it, and they capped off the year by delaying the final nail in their coffin to 2025. Replacing their big finale instead with not one, but 2 NFT games. Be honest with me now, Ubisoft. How much of Rayman's supply did you inhale to cook up these brilliant ideas? Did you guys make this in a weekend? And if so, why? Ubisoft flopped so many games this year, now they gotta pray for some El Salvadorian cartel to launder money via snow-sniffing Rayman NFTs. Moving on. No, wait, hang on a second. I forgot that they launched Prince of Persia at the beginning of this year. Nah, it's alright, so did everyone else. But this last game is unforgettable. Truly, some magical things had to happen for this to align with our big 10th anniversary show. Things that may not have ever seemed a possibility. If you truly love video games like I do, this moment is for all of us. And
no, I mean, for fuck's sake, what would it be? Concord was like the biggest freaking shit show ever. Do I forget something? I must, because I just don't.
Winner of this year's worst game of the year is Todd. Sit your ass back down. You can't even win a worst game award. No, Suicide Squad. Bye, Arkham Bat.
Of course, Suicide Squad. No, but I find Gollum way worse.
Man, at least this time the chair's leather. I bet you
forgot
forgot
that
this
Suicide
piece of
Squad
shit even
existed.
came out this year. So did I. I just added it 5 minutes before I was about to publish the video. Listen, I've got 3 videos on this game. I'm done talking about it. The game was bad, the cash shop was bad, and all the post-launch content was like an IV drip of cyanide. We got the Twinkler, Mr. Mrs. Freeze Fire, whatever they identify as. Then we got the social justice daughter of a hitman, and then just a chill guy. After all that, we got a regular old comic book character. Truly amazing. Their death rattle was a moment of clarity. Good for you, Rocksteady, but I'll never forget you took our Batman from Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Knight, then shot him not on a lazy boy, not on a Natuzzi sofa, not on a lawn chair with a soft padded seat that has floral embroidery, but on a park bench. Fuck you, Rocksteady. The only thing you should be remaking is your resume for when your studio shuts down. I will.
Yeah, this is... And by the way, I wouldn't write my resume if I were in one of those failed freaking companies. This is just, oof. This would be risky.
Never let this go. My hate for this game is generational. I'm gonna put my hate for this game in my will so my grandkids inherit that shit. Then I'm gonna take all my anger and go have a wonderful time with my family. And I hope all you pimps have a holly jolly Christmas too. Treat yourself. Go get the new Stellar Blade update. And on January 4th at 7 p.m. EST, be sure to stop by the Fleek Awards game SmackDown to see all these games fight in the ring. Come see Pal World fight off 20 and Nintendo's lawyer. Come see Tall Howard body slam Geoff Keighley through a steel cage. You won't want to miss it. I don't care if you're...
Oh, and by the way, Pal World, it actually got... it got shafted a bit. It really got shafted because they changed the ball animation on it, sadly. But hey, as it is, this was funny. as it is, Acolytes. Oh, he already did a new one. I mean, this one's 10 years old, so... But hey, just need something to laugh. Good night.